Hello, kids out there in beer land. Welcome to the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. I am Jammer.
You almost sound like Audrey Hepburn, and I am Shagdog.
Ah, let's give this a pour. I got Founders Backwoods Bastard, Shagdog.
yeah, yeah, I'm doing Stone's 27th anniversary Lemon Shark Double IPA.
Wow, that sounds interesting. Backwoods Bastard gets 11% ABV. I don't know what it said on BA. But it says on the back here, expect lovely, warm smells of a single malt scotch. Oaky bourbon barrels, smoke, sweet caramel, and roasted malts. A bit of earthy spice and a scintilla of dark fruit. It's a kickback sipper made to excite the palate, or as the French would say, palate.
There's a can for you can lovers.
Here's a cap for all you cap pervs. And it's got something on the inside too.
Oh, wow.
Says
Yeah.
barrel aged series.
Oh, yeah. My score on this one, Jammer, I'm going to say 92 on Beer Advocate, 9.6% ABV by Stone Brewing. It's an Imperial IPA.
Let's see if I
Has
Go ahead.
Riwaka hops, Peacharine hops, and a special ingredient called Phantasm, an extract from sauvignon blanc grape skins. All sourced from New Zealand, plus some good old-fashioned Mosaic hops for the good old USA.
Well, mine gets a 96, and it is a Scotch wee heavy.
Yeah. Oh,
So this should be interesting, people.
that's dark. Dark.
Mine has got some garnet ruby hues there. It's dark, but it's you can see the light through it, and it does have those colors, those you know auburn or garnet ruby, and a slightly beige,
So
almost
they really
orangey head.
they blocked that out or somehow. It's got two different dates on this Jammer. It says Pat or something package on something something 23, but they blacked out the month with a marker or something. And then it says, I think it says Best Buy or something by 12/14/23. So that would have been December. So I'm about a little bit over 2 months or almost 2 months behind on the best date. But
Wow,
that's why they sell these liquor stores around here don't sell single ones unless they're getting close or bad, and then they put them out in singles.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, this is a part of their barrel aged series, so this should be interesting. It's like I said, it it's pretty rich and malty. It does smell like a Scotch wee heavy, with the bourbon barrel type oaky smell. Definitely got those dark fruits and the malts and the caramel. Yeah, this is going to be good, Shag Dog. I wish I could have shared it with you. You would have loved it, I'm sure.
I would love to share all my beers with you because that's less beer I have to drink. Well,
Roasted malts is really prevalent here.
less of, we would do more reviews, but less of that particular beer.
Oh yeah.
So instead of doing 5 or 6, we'd do like 12 reviews. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna dive right in, Shag Dog. You ready?
Yeah, this is a cloud, definitely dark, cloudy, kind of a goldish amber orangey, and the head's still there, frothy head. Yeah, a little pinky, but it's like one of those heads that foamy, sudsy ocean. I'm going in. I'm diving in.
Mine has got a medium mouthfeel. It's got pretty decent carbonation. Not big, prickly or anything, but it's there. Very rich malt. A slight oaky bourbon. Dark fruit. It does have the warming alcohol at 11%. It's kind of hard to mask it, so especially Founders, they don't mask it all that well, but some other breweries would be able to do probably real well at masking it, but the founders, I've noticed on their beers, they usually don't do. Maybe it's a conscious effort not to do it, and maybe they just can't do it. I don't know.
Huh.
But it has dark fruits, rich malts, very complex. Caramel. You know, tastes good.
Yeah. This one I didn't give it a smell. I took a sip before it smelled. But anyhow, smell you get a little piney, white grapey, maybe a lemon, and maybe even a little peach in there. Actually,
Interesting.
smells pretty good.
Yeah.
And for being 9 point, what the hell was it? Let me check.
8.
Yeah, 9.6 on this one.
No, sorry.
It don't taste that high. Yeah. I would say, what's this, a 6 something? 6 point something.
I just tried to do something.
Oh. That's a weird taste because you're picking up peach with a lemon. I don't think peach goes with a lemon too much. Some tropical notes, a little bit of the grape, I guess, with the grape skin. It's a little grapey, viney type.
Viney, yeah.
A slight vininess to it.
A little vininess.
Or white wine-ish. Oh, yeah. I've taken a few sips of it. Yeah, it's not to my liking too much, but I will prevail. I will endure the suffering.
Will you imbibe?
What's that?
Are you going to imbibe?
Imbibe in the suffering, or
It's a verb to consume liquids by drinking. Drink. He imbibed great quantities of iced tea to absorb or soak up as water, light, heat. Plants imbibe moisture from the soil.
Oh, that's
so.
Made up that
Shagdog, are you imbibing?
Yes, I'm drinking.
I have to. I'm going to be honest with you, Shagdog. My vocabulary was massive before I met you.
Yeah. Okay. Some of those words I never heard of you until you still started working for the bigger corporations.
No. I used to say words all the time.
I don't know.
I said words all the time. How else would I communicate?
Yeah.
I guess physically and visually.
I don't recall you trying to make those words make big words, but maybe
no, that's not a big word. It's IMBIDE.
I'm not saying it's big as far as letters and stuff. I'm just saying big vocabulary words.
I used to say the firmament. I used to have different phrases I used, for different things.
All beers are good. They vary in goodness.
Serendipity. That was another word I used to use. And spontaneity. Not really impressive words, but I used to use all these different words all the time. And then I met you. And
I'm glad you don't use all those words anymore.
I used to
talk like that all the time.
I used to talk really good.
I don't know. If you're saying stuff like that all the time, that would be kind of weird.
I used to speak well. Now I just talk okay.
Now you make good. You done make good on those words.
I used to speak well. I was well spoken. Now I just.
Oh. Now you just speak.
Yeah.
So you're saying you went from like a college level grammar vocabulary down to like a 5th grade.
I would say near genius, yeah.
You did come up with make big. You're the one that said that.
Yeah, well, that's what you have made me resort to now. Make big. I'll try to enlarge the window to fill the screen up, but
I know you're trying to bring it down to my level.
Yeah, so I said make big. Oh shit, that's funny.
That's one thing I never you should always try to increase your vocabulary, and I never really did that. And you can do that easily just by studying different words every week. Every
Well, the
day or
funny
whatever,
part
you know?
about it is that I still do it. I still get it in my email. I get a word of the day type
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
and
I don't want too extravagant of words. Just
I like getting words that people don't normally use, and I like saying them and not explaining it,
and let's see the look on their face when you say like,
and see if they're willing enough to say, "Hold on a second, what was that you said?"
yeah,
And then try to figure out, "Oh, okay, you said that. What does that mean?" And learn a word,
damn, my
you know.
vocabulary even went down.
But
Oh,
most
comes.
people will just act like, yeah, yeah, they know the word,
I
and then
remember
they're later they'd be confused.
we used to go bowling and you'd have a word or whatever the word of the day, and we say, okay, that's the word of the day, like cahoots or different stuff. Yeah, that's the
Well, that
word of
was a
the day.
drinking game, though.
Yeah,
If somebody would say the word and would drink,
right.
yeah. The problem was is that we always put an easy word like a, the,
Yeah,
we, him, he.
yeah.
Oh well.
I think you'd like this one.
I think that you would actually enjoy this one too, Shagdog. And even though it's 11%, it is true what they say. It's a kickback sipper. If you notice, I am at the same level you are because I'm sipping.
Yeah, this is a sipper here. It's not really hard to drink though, but it's got a lot going on in there. Not a super lot, but more than your typical IPA, I guess. More than a
This
regular IPA.
this really kind of represents the Scotch wee heavy style pretty decently. I mean, some Scotch wee heavies are a little sweeter. This is mildly sweet. Yeah, in general, very delicious beer. I can see why it got an A, and I would actually give it an A,
Yeah.
and I would give it a full swallow. It's a very delicious beer, very good. Oh, there's a little bit more there. Okay, I got that.
It's got 96. I don't know if we'll go that high, but
Yeah,
for what it is, a double IPA, I'd probably give it a straight up A minus myself,
yeah,
and yeah, I'll give it a Swarter for being a all right double IPA. Yeah,
and that is the Stone Lemon Shark.
yeah, 27th anniversary.
I would, yeah, I would probably would like to try that the way you described it and everything. I wouldn't mind trying it,
Yeah, it's got a little bit of all those flavors in there. I mean, it
I
still
probably won't
has your.
find it anywhere.
I mean, I'm not a big IPA fan, so you wouldn't catch me buying. I mean, I'm glad it's a 12-ounce can too, because lately
Yeah,
I've been getting like singles of IPAs and they're like 16 ounces or 18 or whatever they are. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's just too much to review. Actually, I got one downstairs that still got to review. It's a big one. I'm like, damn it.
What one of the things that the Spitter Swallow Beer Review has always been built on is that we finish our beers on camera. The other thing, we don't we try not to cut the video short in the sense of you don't see us finish the beer. You always see us finish the beer and everything. We
Always,
may
yeah.
edit the video to a degree to be able to for time,
Yeah.
but we drink the beers on camera. There's some beer reviewers out there that drink just a few sips and you never see them finish the beer, and I don't think they're drinking at all, to tell you the truth.
Right. I think so too.
And to be honest with you about that, I can understand why they wouldn't want to drink all of it all the time. However, there's beers that I've had that I thought really sucked with the first few drinks of it. However, by the time I got midway through it or got to the finish and everything, and I thought to myself, that beer is actually pretty good, And I
Yeah.
think you have to give time for a beer when you're drinking it. For you, especially if it's something that you've never tasted before or it's a different take on a style. you got to give it time for you to. What is the word I'm looking for, Shagdog? Because obviously you know all the words, right?
Make big. You gotta give it time to make big.
I guess what I'm trying to say there is that
You know what? You're right, Jammer.
what?
Yeah. Hey, as far as the big vocabulary you have, you do often ask, "What's that word I'm looking for, Shagdog?" So who has the bigger vocabulary?
Yeah. I say that trying to help you enlarge your vocabulary
Yeah. Okay.
to make it bigger.
Yes. Make big.
No, but honestly, I think that a lot of people don't give the beer, especially when you're not used to that style or with their different take on the style, a chance for your palate and you to accept the interesting take or that interesting new style that you're trying. And you should always, usually people will say, try it 3 times. Anything you're doing, try it 3 times. If by the third time you don't like it, then hey, you don't like it. But at least give it 3 chances.
Yeah.
And that used to be a good line to tell girls. Well, you may not like it this time, but give it 3 chances because this is new to you, and you never did it before, so it's a couple more times, you probably will enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just up to 3 viewers at one point and dropped back down to 1. But I am on that thing I told you about, and I'm a business site I'm on, and I'm swiping on people.
Yeah.
And they look like all not type of people who join us in the beer review, but matter of fact, they might report us.
Oh, that's okay. They can report us all they want, right?
Because they look like those type of people, are like, uppity up libs, I guess.
Oh well.
Well, I'm trying to swipe mostly on women on this business side of mine.
Yeah, that's more when you just trying to meet women.
No, they'd be a little bit more acceptable to our. Probably not.
There's Jeff G.
It is. I drunk the beer earlier today, or I drank. Inquiring minds on. I would say drank.
Yeah, I think so.
But I would go either way, depending on how I'm feeling.
Well, that's what she said.
She, yeah.
I'd go either way.
She. Oh, I saw one today. Hey, what does a Chinese man identify? Or what's that called? Their he's and she's. What's that called?
I don't know.
I forget whatever hell that. He, thee, they.
Pronoun.
What's a Chinese man's pronoun? Hiya. Hiya, or something. Hiya, or some shit. I don't know.
I tell you, you just turned around and said, "Jammer, you're always saying, what's that word I'm looking for?"
I know. Well, there's some I need your help with too. Yeah, that's because my age. I do have a neurological.
That's a simple word too. That's the crazy part. Pronoun.
But I do have a neurological.
One of the popular ones too that's going on right now.
Yeah, I don't know no damn pronouns. It's so stupid, especially the they one. I can understand. Hey, I'm a he, and I'm a she. If you got a dangler or no dangler,
Yeah.
but
I could even understand if you turned around and said, "Well, I'm a hermaphrodite." Okay, you're an oddity in nature. Okay,
right? I can understand that.
And I don't mean it in a derogatory way when I say you're an oddity in nature. I'm just saying that it happens and it don't normally happen.
Yeah,
but it happened.
1 out of every so many births that happens. Yeah.
So my thing about that would be, hey, I can understand if you identify it as a he or a she at any given moment.
Right, and a lot of hermaphrodites have qualities of both, actually. So, I can understand if they identify as both. Because this one hermaphrodite used to work over there at the Radiant over there. He was like a weird looking hobbit dude, had long nails, and his voice was like a munchkin. I just know he's a hermaphrodite.
I was wondering how you knew.
just because he had a munchkin voice. That was my only guess. And he looked like a munchkin, but he was about 5'5".
Okay.
He was a hermaphrodite munchkin.
Terrible.
Now there's something new about the Wizard of Oz coming out, and I don't know how this is going to fly over with the population, but the bad witch, whatever her name is, the Green Witch,
Yeah.
is being played by a black woman. But I think they make her face look a little green. I think.
Oh yeah.
I think the picture I saw. I think they do put green paint on her face or something, or green something. I don't know. I'll have to look it up again. I saw it once. But that's a lot of people might complain about that. Oh, why isn't she playing Dorothy?
Yeah. Well,
Right. You see the Democratic senator or congressman that complained about the black national anthem at the Super Bowl the other day. People were sitting and not standing up, and people need to stand up for the black national anthem or whatever. I was like, you kidding me?
black national anthem. They had a black national anthem.
Yeah, you know that song or something. I forget what the hell it's called. It's basically a nice little pop song, really. But the way the ladies were singing it and the dancers in the background, they look like a communist type thing going on. Yeah.
Here's the thing: the powers that be, the puppet masters, the grand puppet masters, right? They're the ones that are laughing their asses off because they put people into this situation where, hey, they're worried about pronouns and they're worried about having their own national anthem.
Abortions and no abortion.
Meanwhile, we're stealing all their rights and we're invading everything within the government to destroy it from within. So, hey, pretty soon you'll all be subjected to the whims and whimsical,
what's your view on population? Like a lot of these elitists supposedly want to kill people off.
Yeah, I get that to a degree.
I agree with some birth control.
First and foremost, I think that you got to cut down on the illegal immigration in order not to mess up. See, what's going to happen and what they're trying to do is flood America with all these illegal, people in here.
Yeah.
Make them citizens, allow them to vote, give them all the rights and everything and all that stuff. And see, what happens is that those people need work and they're not legal. And even if they do become legal, and they will eventually because they'll vote them in. So then those people are going after these jobs that normally Americans would fill. And that now everybody's fighting over this one job. And now you got so many workers here in the country. Hey, we got so many workers and everything. We don't have to pay this high wage. Let's just go ahead and knock it down and only pay $10 instead of the $15 that we're supposed to pay, because there's so many workers. We can dictate to the market that no, we're not paying $15 for that job. We're only going to pay $10. And
another problem is too, I think they're trying to because supposedly Hispanics supposed to be the majority anyhow in so many years. They keep changing this. Originally it was supposed to be 2030 something. Now it's 2040 or 2050. Now it's going to be probably back down to 2028. It keeps going the way it is, but I think they're trying to shrink that white conservative population.
Oh, they are. They don't like that conservatism because that means a lot of things. And I'm not saying that black or Hispanic can't be patriotic.
Right.
I'm just saying that the white population, the right wing white Republican, or what is the word?
White overall,
Democratic, law-abiding, patriotic.
That's kind of racist.
God-fearing. No, I'm just saying in general, those individuals
are more religious, or
they tend to be more conservative, and they tend to be more patriotic and more to the Constitution, and more to equal rights, and more to these different things. and they don't want that.
Well, they would
don't want-
argue with you on the equal rights part, but yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. One, the Democratic Party was the ones that were the party of slavery.
Right.
So they were supposed to be for the people. Why were they not for the slaves then? Because they were people.
Yeah.
Or are people. What I'm getting at is that in general, those individuals or those type of people or stand for those type of things.
Right.
That's not to say the black or Hispanic or Asian or any other one that is in the middle of those don't or aren't as patriotic, law-abiding, or godly or anything like that. It's just saying that particular category of people that they want to get rid of is stand for that stuff.
Right. I mean, with the white population, it's probably about 50-50 or a little bit less or more of Democratic or Republican. Now, if you bring in a whole bunch of illegals and you get them the right to vote, that's going to most likely swing more to the left than the right.
But and not only that, but like the big major thing that people don't forget about, like I was saying earlier, is that when there's more people after the jobs,
yes, he did,
and he's the one.
He's a Republican, though. He's the first Republican president.
When more people are here, then the companies can dictate what they are going to give and what they don't. When there's more people trying to get a job, they're in the catbird seat.
That's right, Darla. How my dictate last night.
Yeah. So in the 80s, what happened is that there was so many jobs out there and not enough workers. So you could get fired or quit a job in the 80s, and before the end of the day, you would have another one or two jobs, really. Mm. Well, that changed slowly in the 90s, where it was harder to get a job because it switched back to the companies being in the catbird seat. If you allow the companies to be in that power position, then they will dictate, and they will turn around and treat people like crap. They would treat them like they are slaves. They would treat them as bad as they can. Yeah, you're an indentured servant of some kind.
Somebody owns that business or corporate or whatever, yeah. Even if it's a small business, the owner of a local store or a little grocery shop, guess what? That guy is bagging groceries is a slave to that owner.
Let me put there's two individuals, Shagdog. You tell me this. There's two individuals. One has to wake up on his own, has to go feed himself on his own, has to transport himself on his own, and has to report for duty at his workplace at a certain time every morning, right? Or every time of the day.
Right. What happens if they're late all the time?
And they can get fired.
Yeah, but what happens if the company doesn't do that to certain people? I you think that's favoritism?
Yeah, I think so. But let me get back onto my thought before you get me going down a rabbit hole.
That's where I'm at. Sorry.
All right. So, and what's the difference between him and the person that is told when to wake up and is made to wake up at this time, is made to eat food at a certain time, and made to report for duty wherever it may be and whatever it might be at a certain time every day?
Sounds
and
like
then told when to go to sleep, and when told when to eat, when to take a crap.
That much, yeah.
Yeah, well, same thing with this one, because you're being told you're allowed to take a break at this time. You're allowed to do this. Da 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 da. So what's the difference, really?
The sleeping part, because the other company don't tell you when to go to sleep and all that kind of shit.
That's the only difference. But
yeah,
one's in prison and one is a free person.
Oh yeah.
So there's not much difference.
Right.
In fact, the prisoner probably got it better because they got people cooking for them. They got people taking care of the light bill. They got
not the best food, probably, but
the light bill. They're taking care of the water bill. They're taking care of the entertainment bill. They're taking care of all this stuff.
Yes,
clothing.
Some of them don't have to work. Some of them have tougher jobs than other ones, of course, but they get benefits. Like ones that would work in the chow hall would. Let them eat them a little, eat extra. Plus, they're stealing shit all the time
and selling.
So there's benefits to that, but that's why they work there. Most of
Well,
them don't like working in chow hall though.
but like I said, that's what I'm looking at, and when you're looking at when you allow companies the power, be in that power seat.
Yeah. Yeah. Open out here in the free world compared to a prison. We're like Southwest Airlines. You had the freedom to move, but that's about it. You go to work.
So by bringing all these extra people in here, you're going to drive down the wages, drive down your rights, because the companies and the government are going to be able to just.
I hope we don't get blocked again.
Well, that's true, but this is what's happening, and if nobody can see it, then they're blind.
That's true. I mean, I don't mind people coming here the legal way.
I don't mind it either, the legal way, and I think it's an insult for them to allow them to come in illegally to the people who have done it the right way.
Even asylum seekers, if they come here for certain reasons, and it's a family, and it's you vet them or whatever, find out where they're from.
The majority of the people I see coming across that border
single males.
Yeah, single males. So what is that telling you? One or two things: they're part of a cartel, or they're a part of a country insurrection type thing.
Right. Yeah. Especially when you got Chinese nationals coming in.
That's the other crazy part.
Syrian.
You're getting a lot of Asian, Middle Eastern, not just South American people. So I can understand South American people more than I can any
even
of those
through the
others.
northern border of Canada. It has increased, what they call it, contact. Like it went from like 2 years ago, like 15,000 up to like 165. It increased a lot. What they're getting up north.
And what gets me is that this is part of the Constitution, protecting your borders, protecting the citizens, defending the Constitution. I mean, if you're not doing those simple little things, then you are not abiding by the Constitution. You're basically committing treason. So if you're committing treason, why are you still in office? Why are you still allowed to continue?
And why are these people let out of jail the same day they attack cops? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are good. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
It's just like not even military people that gave their lives for this country or served the country, 4 years, 20 years, whatever it was. Just your regular citizen who's been here all their life, paid their taxes, paid into their Social Security, worked shitty jobs all their lives, and even, of course, you got the ones here that live off the system. That shouldn't happen either, but. The ones who put into the system, not only were given to the lazy ass Americans that are on welfare their whole lives and stuff. I don't mind helping people out, but when you're on a system for your whole life, now we're going to help provide for these people.
A father and mother and their children become it, and then their grandchildren become it. Well, what's the problem here?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that you're disabled and can't work, or you can't find a job, and now your kid can't find a job or disabled, and your grandkid is the same way.
The whole system's broken.
We need the process of elimination, natural selection, I guess.
Even with veterans.
Take the warning labels off.
Even with veterans.
Take the warning labels.
With disability.
Yeah. Take the warning labels off all the different products and let nature take its course.
Veterans get disability. I can probably get disability right now. I broke my wrist while I was in the Army. I had a couple other things happen.
Dental and a massive beatdown.
Yeah, massive beatdown, but that was considered non-duty, so I probably won't get nothing for that. But anyhow, but still, there's people like that. They go to VA, get these lawyers, these little VA lawyers or whatever. They do the paperwork for them. All this money go to vet. This guy had a hurt foot, supposedly. And he said, "Oh, yeah, I get 15% disability." I'm like, "For what?" He goes, "Oh, I hurt my foot." And back then, I thought you had to be in a war, injury from a war or something to get a disability, because I never knew when I got out. He's like, "No, I jumped up, not when I was in Afghanistan. I was in station Hawaii, and I jumped off the back of a truck or something, hurt my foot. Didn't hurt it too bad because he could walk. He was on the quick reaction team where I worked. He could run and everything, but he got 15% disability from the VA."
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a lot of waste of money right there. They need to vet these veterans more, I think.
Well, it's not just the veteran; it's everything.
Yeah.
They,
Well, I'm
they,
just saying, the veterans, for example, that's wasting
they
money right there.
they turn around and they allow all these different programs and everything, but then they don't have anybody to follow through or anybody to actually administer the programs properly. So,
Yeah, Jeff G said, but Jammer, dummies still sue. Jammer never sued anybody, I don't think.
yeah, I know what you're saying, but if you turn around and just eliminate all those different type of lawsuits, that's common sense. And if you don't have it, well, then you got what you deserved. You know?
Like the lady in the 80s that spilled the hot coffee on her at McDonald's, got the $1 million, and then McDonald's contents may be hot. No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty common, but yeah, that's a crazy example, isn't it? You know, I don't know what the answer is, but I'm telling you, it's not good the way we're going.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm a veteran.
Good for you.
I probably should go get some disability. I need a little extra money too. Shit, if it's extra $200 a month, who cares, right? But that's what they do. That's what they do. They just hand out money. Keep it quiet. Yeah, we'll give you an extra. We'll give you 15%. Here's $200 a month. Shut up.
I this is what bothers me as a human being. I completely understand and can relate to people who are in an oppressive country or a criminal country that's overridden by crime,
like America.
Well, say like the cartels in South America and all this stuff. You know, you can't do anything without the cartel's permission and everything or whatever. You know, I can completely understand why you want to come to another country, especially America, being that we're supposed to be the beacon of light and freedom and all that stuff. I can completely understand why you would want to come and have a better life for your children and yourself. However, we have to, as a country, we have to say, okay, first we take care of us, then we take care of the communities around, and then we go forward and allow people to go through the right process of trying to get in.
Yeah.
You can't save everybody, no matter how hard you want to try.
That's true.
And right, what's going to happen is this whole country is going to be overridden by so many people, and we're going to end up being a third world country again because we can't even manufacture anything anymore.
The only thing they should be letting through the border there are hot women.
Well, that's true. I agree with that 100%. Hot, single women.
Yeah,
yes,
from all countries.
That is known to be very open-minded.
Yeah, or the typical old school
and
wife,
sexually free.
Yes, and make your dinner for you and press your clothes if you need pressing and shine your boots.
Now you're just being chauvinistic.
No, there's women out there in those countries that are like that. They cater to their men. They do what needs to be done, and then the men goes to work, provides the food and clothes and shelter, and they provide the punani and the cooking and all the other stuff. Yeah.
Well, don't dismiss the importance or the expensiveness of somebody taking care of your home.
Right, and children.
That's a lot of money that would be paid to a professional doing it.
Right.
So when you say you want your wife to stay at home and take care of the children and everything,
that'd be best for the children, actually.
It's better for the family. It's better for the children. It's better for the house itself, the household. But it's also showing how important you actually think that woman is.
And you know what? It was made to be changed by right after World War II with women going in the workforce. Then from there on, the women at home became less and less. And now what? You should be making more. But because they got it set, well, you got to be a fam. Well, they don't like families, but they want it to be for you to afford, like basically living up rent and stuff like that. Now you got to get a significant other.
What's crazy about it, Shagdog, is that the fact that they tricked these women into wanting to do this stuff. And I don't dismiss it. Okay. You want to do something in life. You want to go off and be something, do something. Okay. That woman should be able to do it. That she should have the freedom to do it.
Yeah,
I agree
that's
with
right.
that.
Just like George Bailey did.
But what I really think is that the government and along with the different puppet masters out there, they manipulated the situation perfectly to allow that workforce to be doubled. Because now you got women, like you said, before it was just men fighting over the jobs. Now it's women and men. So you just made double the population for workers. So now you got double the population fighting over trying to
Right.
get a job of the same significance. And maybe not initially, but now today especially, it's happening.
Yeah.
And mostly it's women who have gone to college and graduated and got the degrees. So now it's women basically getting put in those positions that men would normally been able to get.
Right. And you think about the workforce. We made 800,000 jobs this month, but people are going out getting second, third jobs. The one that are making jobs that are like minimum wage or 12, 14 bucks an hour or whatever.
Yeah, you could tout all you want about 800 new jobs, but what were they jobs that actually pay anything,
Yeah,
or were they crap shitty ass jobs that don't pay anything? Like you said, that you end up having to have 2 or 3 jobs as an individual.
And there's even some places like restaurants, like you said, they hire part-time. So now they got to go find another job at a different restaurant and then try to work out the schedule. Well, I can't work that night because I'm working this other night here, because other place don't want to, work with them about their schedules either.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right.
Well, I hate waitresses complaining because they make good money in tips, more than I make a year. I tell you that.
Well, the other thing is you shouldn't complain anyway because you picked that job. You're in that job. You're doing that job. You know it's a job that's built on tips. So why are you complaining?
Right. They make good money.
If you want a better tip, then be a better waitress.
Yeah, flirt a little more.
Be a better waiter. Make sure you are attentive and do everything you possibly can. And I guarantee you, the majority of people will tip you.
You think a waiter would get more tips from women if he put a sock?
I can tell you right now. Well, I don't know about that, but I will tell you this much: a guy that's doing everything he can to make sure that you're happy with your meal, your drinks, everything, being attentive and all that stuff. And a girl that may look good but is not doing that, the guy's going to get the tip.
Right.
The girl won't.
No, a girl will easily, even if she's not even good looking, if she's attentive, pleasant, very nice.
Well, here's the real proof of the matter. A woman comes up to you and says, like here in the South, they say, "Hey, darling, how you doing, hon?"
Hey,
all
sugar.
That stuff. Yeah, hey sugar, how you doing?
Of course, women don't.
What can I get you to drink right now?
Your other women don't like that. Your woman won't like that.
But here's the thing about it: when they come up there, they're being friendly, they're being welcoming, they're being attentive, they're making you feel at home.
Yeah.
And when they do that, you naturally are more receptive to being nice, a better tip, because one. You're treating me like family. You're treating me.
You're treating me good. But better I get it home, actually.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you're feeding me.
Yeah, and you're smiling all the time.
Yeah,
and
you're running around getting me a refill on my drink.
Right, and you're
asking if I need anything else.
I ain't waiting on you. You're back within 5 minutes or whatever. Every 10 minutes, checking on me. Not 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah. And those are the people that get good tips, especially from me and from the people I know. Yeah. They get good tips. Now, the people who don't want to even do that minimal amount of work, they don't get anything from me. And they don't get anything from everybody else that I know of.
And I don't blame some people giving really good tips because some poor people want to go out and enjoy the same things too as people who make more money. You go to a restaurant, it's cost you $80 for 2 of you or whatever. You ain't going to give the 20% or whatever hell it is. You might.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I mean.
But then again, I'm going to tell you something that I notice. People who don't make as much money give bigger tips.
That's true. When I worked for DoorDash, there was a lot of poor type houses I went to make deliveries, and they give better tips than the ones that had nice houses. Now, granted, the one with the nice house might make more, but they probably have more bills and shit too. But still,
And here's the thing about that. The theory why that is because those people know exactly what you're going through to make that money.
Right. That's true too.
And so they have more respect for what you're doing
Yeah.
than the
There's
people who have all this money and got it easily.
yeah.
Because they were the granddad got me into this job, or my daddy
Right.
got me into this, or my
Oh,
mom was friends with this person, and I was able to get into this college, and I graduated, and they as soon as I graduated, I had a job working for this
yeah.
company, and yeah, they get everything easily, and then all of a sudden, when it comes to a job like that where somebody's busting their ass to take care of you, and you don't
Right.
tip well,
Now, I'll say
that's
DoorDash
just
isn't a hard
crazy.
job, but they work on tips because you're using your car, you're
Hmm.
paying for gas. If you what DoorDash pays now, I think most areas like two. I don't even know. I haven't done it in a while, but last time I did it was $2 per trip mostly, unless it's over 7 miles and they give you a little more.
And see,
Uh,
to me, that's another thing. They get people to do that. And granted, you're in control of how much you can make on how many deliveries you make and how
yeah,
close you make it and all that stuff.
you could
But the
make your own
problem with
hours.
it is that the way they throw everything on you to have to pay and sacrifice
Yeah.
in order to do that, and it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, and they even pay an hourly thing now, but you can't refuse you can only refuse like two deliveries in an 8 hour block or something. So
Yeah,
if they give you a delivery is 25 miles, you got to take it. So I wouldn't do
yeah,
that. Screw that.
yeah. That's
They
messed
should
up.
have the same limits as most pizza places have, like a 6 mile limit
Yeah.
or whatever. The radius.
Wherever your GPS is showing you, it
Yeah,
should be from that point 6 miles.
yeah,
So if you're, at this one place, the Burger King or whatever it is,
right.
and 6 mile radius, and okay, well you can pick this up and deliver it.
Right, and that's still a far away. Say if you're right there at the restaurant and 6 miles away, you get the order. You're sitting there already waiting. Oh, I get the order right here. Oh, good. But it's
Yeah,
6 miles away. Now, if that's the busy area, you got
yeah,
to come back 6 miles. So there's right there is 12 miles you're
yeah.
driving for if it's $2 and they don't give
But
a
it
tip.
also
It's not
should
even worth it.
say what it also should do is, and there's no reason why it can't do this. You set your home location as such. This is the GPS coordinates. This is where I need to be in the next X amount of hours, right?
Right,
And you can set that up too. I'm working a 4 hour block. At the end of that 4 hour block, I need to be home.
right.
So where's the nearest area that I need? And when they're doing deliveries and giving you
Yeah,
deliveries, they could easily make it to where yes, you may travel 36 miles away, but along the way you're delivering on the way back to your house.
could be. Yeah, and that's happened a couple times to me. I never went that far, but where I was like, oh, this is my last delivery. I'm one more delivery, and then luckily enough, the drop off was a couple blocks away from my house. That's happened a couple times, but not too often though.
That's what I'm saying. They could easily do that.
Yeah,
You know,
but you might not
especially
get.
if you are able to tell them the cutoff time that you're doing.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
anyway,
They'll
let's
do
move
it.
on to the next beer, Shagdog.
Yes. Did you see that one earlier? Thanks for your service, Shagdog.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
Yeah,
very nice. Yeah.
that's very nice. Yeah, I served.
Of course, Jeff G and most of our viewers are all pretty nice. They're cool people.
Yeah, I didn't do much when I served, but I did give it all my all.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I was a true American. I should have been in GI Joe. Right.
Well, all
I,
is cheaper than Tide.
I should have
So
had my own GI Joe character if it was a soldier that went out and
you
got
hear
drunk
me?
all the time. And
You hear me?
what's that?
All is cheaper than Tide, so you didn't do too much.
The detergent. That was funny.
Yeah, I know it's corny.
Ugh.
All right. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and tinkling. I'm Jammer, and that dude right there is military maniac is Shagdog.
I said, give it all. Give it all. Okay.
We'll see you on the next one. Joy
Yes.
to the world.
Oh, we got another comment. Oh, still counts. Okay. Yes.
Yep. Yeah, still counts.
All right. All right. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Join
did my
us.
time.
We'll be back in just a little bit. We're gonna get another
Speaking of that,
beer.
though, I did work with a sergeant. He was like 20 years, whatever the fuck he was at. He's like, he didn't want to work, right? He was a lazy piece of shit. But he's like, he was from Puerto Rico, and he's like, I did my time. Now you do yours. That was his favorite saying.
Oh, well, yeah, that
I hate people
sounded
like
very racist the way you did that.
The accent, or
yeah.
well, how did I sound?
You had to point out the fact that he was from Puerto Rico. Then you turn around and did.
Well, I was going to do the accent.
Some weird accent, so I don't understand. That wasn't even a Puerto Rican accent.
I know. No offense to my Puerto Rican friends, but I'm just saying he was Puerto Rican, so I was going to do the accent. I've done my time.
Yeah, but that was a crappy
I know,
accent.
I can't do a Puerto Rican accent. I've done my time, now you do. No, that's kind of Arabic. Oye, I've done my time. That's more Mexican, right?
Yes, hey.
Oye, puto. Oye, pendejo.
I don't think you can...
I can't do a Puerto Rican accent, yeah. I need a Puerto Rican friend to join, show us how it's done.
Yeah.
And he could say, I've done my time. Now you do yours. That lazy piece of shit. All right. I've done my time on this video. Now y'all do yours.
Okay.
All right. See you on the next one.
Oh, God. The censors.
All right. We'll see you on the next one. I'm Shagdog.
Jammer.